Pope Francis is now safely entombed in Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome. His simple tomb bears just one word, his papal name in Latin, Franciscus. But the photos available so far don't give us a clear view of the inscription. This photo is available on a range of news sites, and with a bit of pulling and stretching we can see what it might look like head on. The extreme reshaping has turned a low-res image into something even worse, but it gives us an approximate flat view. I have problems with this. The letter spacing is horrible. Good optical spacing is achieved when the overall space between one letter and the next is the same for each letter pair in the word. The spaces here vary enormously in visual weight, which is unforgivable in Rome, which is the home of beautiful lettering, not least on Trajan's column and the monument to the children of Sextus Pompeius Justus. It also looks like the lettering is cut by a CNC router rather than by hand. Not a crime in itself, but they seem to have typed in the letters using the dead hand of Times New Roman. I tried to replicate the spacing they produced with the least helpful tool available, Microsoft Word. It came out like this, which surprisingly is better than the spacing on the stone. Then I tried Affinity Publisher, which generally does a good job letter spacing text if you use a good font, but this is still not good. So we're still burdened by the letter forms of Times New Roman, but let's see if we can improve the spacing with some hand tweaking. Optical spacing is an art, not a science, so someone else might arrange these letters differently, but this is my quick first try. Some letter pairs are bound to cause trouble. The RA pair leaves a big gap as the letters lean away from each other. The CS gap looks bigger than it might, because the open space of the C is partly added to the space between the letters, so the gap needs to be closed a little. This all just shows that for good letter spacing, you can't just rely on software. The human hand and eye have to take control. I'm hoping that someone at the Vatican will realise that the current stone is a heinous crime against beautiful letter spacing. Given that Francis's tomb is going to be visited for hundreds of years to come, I hope they might, at dead of night, quietly remove this one and replace it with something befitting the history of letter carving given to us by that great city.